What's up everybody, I'll Interrupter with a new video. Let's talk about some of the things that are presumptuous when it comes to the credit repair industry and why a lot of people have a bad stigma towards the industry itself, and why we're basically categorized as people with high risk, and why a lot of people are kind of refraining themselves from participating in a credit repair journey because they don't trust the process, they don't trust people who are behind it. And really in this video, I'm going to take my time to break down some of the things that you can do to avoid not only being caught in a situation where you're extremely uncomfortable and not really sure of the solution for those situations, but also at the same time, what are some of the things that you can do to prevent these type of things from happening. So let's go into it. So as you can see, today we're in a wonderful park, and I'd like to just shoot some of the spots here. It's very beautiful. Let's get you started. Okay, so the perspective here is that the credit repair industry has a bad stigma. See, a lot of people don't like the fact that there's a lot of people who are shysters out in the space. Now, I'm not saying everybody out there who's making a video or every other video is a bad video in terms of credit repair. There's a lot of people who have a lot of good knowledge, and I'm going to give shout outs to those people who are actually taking the time to add some value to the people who are watching them. And I think it's very critical that we all take the time collectively to respect those individuals and, you know, pay our tribute to those individuals, because they're the ones who are actually making a difference in the space. Credit repair, the reason why there's such a bad stigma, I mean, you look at the industry, it's just saturated with a lot of different type of content that's really incongruent with the values of what credit repair is supposed to be about. A lot of people want to create processes and create shortcuts that don't really give significant value to the customer, that don't really add any contribution in terms of like, hey, the credit repair process is really to help you elevate your perspective of wealth, elevate your perspective of where you need to be when it comes to credit. So with all that said, I think it's very critical that we take our time to really get serious about the type of people we follow, about the type of advice that we follow. See, the industry has a big dark shadow over it, and it's really time right now to position ourselves to remove that shadow so that we can help each other out and grow in the aspect of prosperity and wealth. You know, credit is meant to help you build your wealth, and that's what we're going to concentrate on moving So like I said, there's a bad stigma around this credit repair space, and really we need to take our time to improve the way we look at the industry. We got to improve the way we look at certain things in terms of credit overall. If you look at the misconceptions that we have going on in the credit space, I mean, a lot of it comes from not being able to understand some of the materials that we're learning. So a lot of people misuse that information, miscalculate what they're supposed to do with that kind of information, and as well as you know, the type of positions they put themselves in when it comes to credit. So it's a kind of dangerous position to be in. So I really wanted to take my time to, you know, follow up with you guys and you know, provide that information. I think it's not only important but a necessity when it comes to personal credit. So let's look at some of these things. Let's look at some of these misconceptions and how you can basically take the knowledge that you have today, position yourself to do it right, and stay away from all the bad stigma. And for those people who are actually in the space of doing credit repair as a business, I think you really need to concentrate on the long-term game and a holistic package instead of just doing, let's say, one-off deals. A lot of people want to do credit repair for their customers, and they want to depend on that stream of income, but they're having challenges. they're having a huge challenge with trying to play the option game. And what I mean by that is a lot of people question their integrity even before knowing who they are. And the reason why it's because this whole bad stigma situation that we have in the industry of credit repair has caused it to be so. So there's a lot of bad actors in a sense, in this space. And look, at the end of the day, we have to make sure that we protect ourselves as consumers, 100%. But it's not that every single credit repair person you come across is a bad person. This is why I start my journey by providing value first. This is why I do these type of videos. This is why I educate my customers, because whether they choose me as their go-to advisor or person of responsibility when it comes to helping with their credit or not, I still think that the biggest thing in order for us to create a resolution of a win-win situation starts with being able to identify some of the known issues in credit repair, identify some of the things that you absolutely need to do in order to avoid some of these situations. So end result here is, if you're in this space, whether you're a customer or you're in business, I think we all have responsibilities towards each other, and that responsibility doesn't extend in a short phase here, but it does go beyond just simply looking at a personal credit profile and offering a solution to remove the negative items. I think that the stigma comes from the idea that there are shortcuts out there, and that just because those individuals cannot deliver on a promise they made, because they themselves might be following some other process that has been working in the past and it's not working anymore, or perhaps they're just looking at a solution without even trying it, but in good faith crossing their fingers hoping that they'll be able to provide a solution to their customers. And it's not always the case. You're not always going to be successful with that, but you have to do your best. You have to make sure that when you're offering solutions to a customer, whether you're a customer and you're going through this information and you're looking at other people offering the credit repair service, you need to make sure that you know exactly if this is something that's doable, feasible, has it been done before, and if so, the element of transparency is just so critical in this space. I mean, a lot of people believe that you just in credit repair and then you just follow the service or product or whatever the case when it comes to these type of things, but you absolutely need to be transparent, and you need to take that responsibility to make sure that the information you're getting is also fully transparent. Okay, so as a final couple of words before we end off our journey here in credit repair, I like to say that, look, not everything that you see on the internet, whether it be YouTube or whether it's a seminar that you've been through, is going to be 100% transparent with you. They're not going to always give you the solutions in like one shot. So you really got to take your time to investigate and do your own things. That's where it all comes down to, right? If you don't take your time to educate yourself, you have nobody else to blame but yourself. So I hope you guys understood the significance of why there's such a bad stigma in the credit repair space, and why you need to pay attention to making sure that whatever you do, whether you follow a process, which is a very critical part of credit repair, if you don't follow a process, it's damaging. So with that said, this is your guide and mentor. See you guys next time. Bye for now.